and welcome to CX Today. My name is Kieran Devlin, and today's session is From UCaaS to CX Powerhouse, How CallTower is Redefining CCaaS Delivery. I'm delighted to be joined by William Rubio, Chief Revenue Officer at CallTower, and Joe Bigio, SVP of CCaaS, CX and Conversational AI Solutions at Inoria. William, Joe, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Kieran.
Thank you, Kieran. Thanks for having us on.
Before we explore exactly how CallTower is redefining CCaaS delivery, William and Joe, can you please tell us a little bit about yourselves and your CallTower and Inoria journeys?
Sure. No, I'd love to. So William Rubio, Chief Revenue Officer at CallTower, been in the industry for about 30 years overall. I can't believe it's already been that long. And been with CallTower a little bit over 12 years. And it's definitely been an exciting ride. We've seen ourselves really evolve from just being a unified communications solutions platform with a single product to a multi-solution organization now that delivers everything from UCaaS to CCaaS, pretty much spanning the globe overall. And every other type of communication stack that you're looking at, we're able to go ahead and deliver to really drive a full turnkey solution to the customer. So looking forward to the conversation today.
Yeah, so same here, Kieran. Thank you again. So Joe Bigio, senior vice president of CCaaS, CX, and Conversational AI. I like to joke about having all the acronyms in the industry in my title, but no, quite seriously. So been in the IT space for close to 30 years. So similar to William, but specifically in this space of contact centers, CX, Conversational AI, for the last 15 plus years. So started the company. Originally called Covum C3, we rebranded to Inoria. So that company started in 2008. So we grew that company, headquartered in Montreal, with presence across Canada and the US in terms of people. So we grew that to about over 150 customers, 60 plus employees until the acquisition of CallTower that actually took place earlier this year in early 2025. So grew that into an impressive CX, CCaaS, conversational AI business, primarily focused on professional services, support, managed services, with key partnerships with companies, flagship company, I should say, Genesis, now growing into the 5-9 space and adding on some more strategic partners and looking to collaborate and grow tremendously in the space of UCaaS and CCaaS together to be able to provide an all-in-one solution to our customers.
Terrific. Well, I think you both are nicely positioned for today's conversation. William, let's kick off with yourself. CallTower has described the Inoria acquisition as a pivotal move for the business. What was the strategic thinking behind it, and what does it unlock for your customers in the CX space?
Sure. I think when you look at CallTower and the evolution over the past 20 years, especially starting back in 2013 when we strategically made the decision to be more of a solution provider and not be really single-threaded with some of the products and some of the platforms that we have, we did realize that with the partnership that we have on the contact center side with some of the platforms that we do sell, that there was still a piece missing, that we still had a gap in our solution, which is really, like Joe had mentioned, the professional services, the managed services, the support services within the contact center space, right? These are different things that are now really taking off a lot. I mean, we hear about conversational AI, we hear about agentic AI and those type of solutions that are really now becoming more mainstream for customers overall. And we saw that gap. We were talking to Joe and his organization up in Montreal for about 6 months already, and we just saw that it was really going to be a good partnership and really help us fill in that gap. And with our distribution and with their expertise in that space, we just thought it was going to be something that was going to be great for our partners and able to deliver to our customers overall. And so far, it's been a very good partnership overall. We're excited about where we're going, and the conversations that we're having right now with our customers are a lot more in depth than what we've ever had before, as far as helping them with their designs, looking at what their ROI outcomes, right? They're looking at what business outcomes they're looking for to see how they could drive efficiencies within their organization. And they bring that to the table. Inoria brings it to the table, and it's been really a great partnership. So very excited about it.
Terrific. And now moving to yourself, Joe. Inoria, as William very kindly outlined, does bring that deep expertise in CCaaS consulting and delivery. Where are you seeing organizations struggle most right now, and how are you helping them overcome these hurdles?
Yeah, so just to make a connection with what William said, I would say first of all, the absolutely being able to bridge that gap in terms of the overall communications. I think that now being able to be that single provider to our customers for both UCaaS and CCaaS. Again, conversational AI, the entire CX space, but including usage, so connectivity. So that's one item that I think is again a clear differentiator and a clear advantage when we're speaking with our customers. But more specifically, to answer your question, Kieran, believe it or not, multi-channel communications is still on the table and is still being discussed today with a lot of our customers. So again, email, all the SMS, chat, all those channels are still topics to be explored. So, even though I know that we've been talking about it for almost decades now in the industry, so that would probably be still one of the top items that we're still covering today. The other one that has come up a bit more recently, I would say probably over the last 5 to 7 years, is more and more integrations with the CRMs. So we're seeing, a bigger push for really a single platform, if that's possible, or at least let's call it a single desktop for our customers, where we have either Salesforce, ServiceNow, Zendesk, tied into the CCaaS or CX platform. So that is, again, another area of evolution I think that we see. And then the third is obviously wouldn't be doing it justice if I didn't speak about AI, right? So it's AI automation that we're obviously well advanced into. And then I think that space, the key thing is primarily looking at the basics of AI automation. So without getting too sophisticated just from the get-go, although it is a lot of fun to jump into agentic AI and stuff like that. The key thing is just to enable some of the AI capabilities of our platforms. So, so whatever can be turned on automatically, such as, let's say, agent assist, scripting, those kind of tools that can be automatically built in, that will allow our clients to start using those tools a little bit more intuitively as we migrate them to, agentic AI and things like that. So those would be probably the top areas that I would highlight.
Terrific. And as you mentioned there, Joe, the AI and automation is this massive thing in CX, arguably the massive thing in CX. But what would both of you say is often missing from those conversations, and how do you say you'd make sure AI is actually delivering tangible value on the ground?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Karen, that's an interesting question, and we kind of joke about this internally. You get customers nowadays that they get the mandate from their C-level executives that we got to have AI, right?
Yeah.
That's it comes down. It goes to the CIO, it goes to the IT director, and they're saying, well, "What do you want me to do AI with?" Well, I don't know, just do it. We just need it, right? Everyone's asking for it, so just go do it. So we get the calls and saying, "I want to buy AI." Well, it's not something you can buy off the shelf. It's not just a license. There's a lot of ways to do it. But the
Mhm.
challenge, at least from the way I see it, is that I think in a lot of cases, customers are trying to they're really trying to put their arms around this big thing around AI instead of just realizing that it is about baby steps, right? Going ahead and looking at some of the simple projects, some redundancy type of items that you're doing, whether within it's a contact center or just in your other productivity suites that you have, that you can help streamline. Is it building out a catalog, right? Is it helping on your marketing side with your website? Just some baby steps that you get some easy wins, and then you start going for the larger projects
Yeah.
overall. So when customers call us, what we do is we try to guide them through that journey, because it is a journey, right? You're never going to really finish overall, but it's really about going, let's do these baby steps. What are you doing today that's causing issues within your contact center? What's causing the biggest amount of frustration to your customers? And are there small little tweaks here? We're not going to go from a 1 to a 10 maybe on the rating, but if we get it up to a 6 right away, that's substantial. So I think items like that and educating the customers that you don't have to hit a grand slam, right? Like in baseball, to go ahead and be successful. Just get on base, right? Type of stuff. So same concept with leveraging AI.
Yeah, and if I can just maybe add to that a little bit, again, I alluded to that a bit before in my previous question, but again, start with the basics, right? That's exactly what William was saying. Is we look for areas where you can lay the groundwork, right, in terms of AI. So look at enhancing your knowledge base, right? That's going to be one of the. It's all about data, right? What can you leverage in terms of data? So start working on things like that. Your FAQs and those areas, because those will be the areas that we're going to want to tap into very quickly to try to automate things. So again, I think for us, it's really just laying the foundation and starting with the groundwork and getting those things simple. We don't have to be crazy sophisticated day one. The idea is just to get started, and it's a never ending journey, as Will said. So completely agree.
No, 100%. I think that's the real trend of 2025 is delivering those tangible outcomes, translating the hype into real tangible value. And then
Absolutely. Yeah.
speaking of that, how would you guys say CallTower and Inoria are helping IT and CX leaders make smarter and more confident CCaaS decisions, especially in such a crowded and complex vendor landscape?
Yeah, great question. So one thing that we do is we are constantly meeting with partners. I mean, we've got a team. On our team, Doug Larson heads up that group of product management, and then we've got a team and a specific team dedicated to the practice of CCaaS and conversational AI and CX. So meeting with different partners, I would say on a weekly, if not kind of daily basis. As you can imagine, a lot of companies are coming to us looking for partnerships. So we are constantly scouring the landscape, meeting with different partners, trying to understand what their product differentiators are. Talking with customers, getting real life stories of what they've gone through with some of these partners to try to get a better understanding. So what we've done, Kieran, from that is we've developed a matrix. You can find this matrix on our website. A lot of our team members can send it over to you if you can't seem to find it. But we've developed a matrix specifically around conversational AI, where we highlight some of the most important, and we've kept it very simple, right? So if you're looking for particular areas of sophistication around LLMs or whatever it might be around conversational AI, we've documented all of that for you. So at least there's a little bit of a checklist of who you can go to for what. So that I think is the most important thing, is that we've done all of that hard work for our customers in terms of really looking what's best out there and trying to decipher between the, I'll call it the fanfare that a lot of vendors might put up, and talking to, again, real customers and what they've gone through when they've implemented some of these solutions.
Yeah, I think Karen, and to kind of piggyback a little bit there on what Joe was saying, we've done the due diligence on a lot of these organizations that are already out there. So I think our customers leverage us, knowing that we try to look for best in breed type of technologies, really based on demand and requirements, right? Sometimes you don't need a Rolls Royce all the time, right? You need something that just maybe might work, that might be more in a budget type of budget constraint type of atmosphere overall. So when our customers and our potential customers and partners are coming to us, we've already done that heavy lifting for them. So we've already cleared out a lot of that red tape. Say, based on your needs, these are the 2 or 3 options that we could put on the table for you. So again, it is about driving a solution, but making sure that we could kind of get a little bit quicker to that finish line than really going out there and saying, where do I start? Who do I go to? How do I get educated for? Leverage us for that expertise. That was, another reason why we love the partnership so much and bringing Joe and his organization on, because they bring that to the table, that we do a deep dive with a customer, and sometimes it's painful. Customers don't know what they have or where their bottlenecks are, and it's kind of like pulling teeth. But I think at the end of the day, if it's a better solution for them, we can increase their productivity, get them happier customers and employees, because that's important to keep your employees happy, that you give them the right tools. It just makes for a successful transition all the way around.
And maybe if I can just add super quick over there, what I think sometimes some of our clients may not realize is the amount of effort that goes into what I would call focusing on sometimes one or two vendors. So we go extremely deep with some of our partners. So we're not going to be the kind of company that shows up with 15 different logos of CX providers or everything, right? So we've done all that work. We've focused on the best of breed, but then when we focus on the best of breed, we go super deep with those partners, right? So we really know the ins and outs, and I think that is one of the biggest advantages that our customers get by working with us. So we have that objective opinion when it comes to the platform, where we're looking really for, we put them first, essentially, right? We put our end customers in the seat first, and we look for what's best for them. So we're not really focused on, I would say, just selling licenses and software quotas, right? We're really looking for successful migration projects, successful stories and implementations. So that is a huge differentiator when you're talking to a company like CallTower and Inoria. So
Terrific. Well, it really does sound like a marriage made in heaven for the two companies. And one final question, guys. Looking ahead, what is your combined vision for how CallTower and Inoria will continue to evolve together? And what should the market expect from you guys over the next 12 months?
Well, I think first on that, Karen, the excitement is that we are global, right? So what Joe is mentioning and what we've been talking about here for the past 10 minutes or so is that we could do this not just in North America, but we could easily do this in EMEA, we could do it in Asia Pac, we could do it in LATAM. So I think the fact that customers could look at us and we could deliver the same type of solutions across the globe, I think brings a lot of peace of mind to organizations. And then I think the second part of that is, instead of managing multiple different vendors, since we are bringing best of breed, especially on the contact center side with partners like Five9 and Genesys and Cisco WebEx Contact Center, right? These are three marquee type of contact center solutions that we bring to the table. The great thing about that is that you look at that and we could combine that for a customer really from an end-to-end solution. We could put the UCaaS together, right? The managed communications with Microsoft Teams, with Zoom Phone, with Cisco WebEx, and then really combine it with the contact center to really drive that end-to-end solution and not have a customer manage 10 or 15 or even 5 vendors, which becomes a little bit of a challenge. And then you kind of get that finger pointing, right? With us, we're going to deliver that full end-to-end. So it's really exciting for us, at least, to have this partnership. And I think for our customers, what we've been delivering for the past 6 months and we're going to continue to deliver overall is really exciting for us.
I couldn't have said it better. I think that's took
You can,
everything.
Joe.
I think the only, again, it's really being able to focus on everything to do with communications, Kieran, right? I mean, that's the idea. So whether it's the UCaaS platform, the usage, so the SIP connectivity from end to end, the global offering, being able to be, again, a global provider, and being able to operate in so many countries is a huge advantage. And we've already seen some of our customers move over to CallTower for that matter. And a lot of times clients don't realize that, the usage part of this, the connectivity part of this, these platforms are sometimes provided by the manufacturers themselves. So whether it's, let's say, Genesys or another one, and that's not their core business, but this is our core business, right? So we drive that with aggressive rates, connectivity, one solution that, one vendor that can kind of manage all of this for you. We even have a platform called CallTower Connect that allows you to manage different endpoints all from one platform, right? So if you have specific telco needs, things like that, different platforms, we can provide that one single platform to administer all of that, on top of being able to bring, again, the best of breed solutions together to our clients. So again, marriage made in heaven, as we say, and it's been a great 6 months, and looking forward to many years ahead of us together. So.
Terrific. Well, that's a very inspiring note on which to end today's conversation, but it has been a terrific session. So thank you, Joe and William, for being here.
Thank you, Kieran.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share on social media, and we'll see you next time. I've been Kieran Devlin of UC Today. Thanks for watching.